Why, hello there. I'm Sin. We are in the Book Nook, and today we're going to talk about my past, present, and future of books. What I've finished, what I'm in the middle of, and what we're going to get into. All right, so recently I finished the book Life Hacks for a Little Alien by Alice Franklin. That book is weird and zany and kind of ridiculous. I enjoyed my time in the pages, but if you don't like third person narration, you might not like it. For me, it's super hit or miss. Like a little bit ago, I read Elfie, which was third person narration, and I just could not connect with it, and I did not like the way that third person narration was. I felt like so outside of the story, I was too outside of it. And this story, I didn't feel as ostracized from the story, I guess. I don't know. Just it's about this kid. She's really weird. Her family is kind of weird. Her mom's a little crazy in the head. She feels like she's an alien from another planet. And then she hears about this manuscript called the Voynich manuscript and how it's not, no one's ever deciphered it, how it's not written in English or any language of that source. And there's pictures of plant life and all kinds of stuff in it. And she becomes fascinated by that. And just there's a lot of ridiculous things that happen throughout the book, and it was a lot of fun to read. So currently, I am in the middle of The Haunting of Room 904 by Erica Worth. This one is about this woman named Olivia. She's a paranormal investigator, and she actually never used to believe in any of that stuff, like seeing ghosts, hearing voices, weird entities, and all of that. But when her sister died, all of a sudden these abilities came upon her, and she's like, holy crap, because her sister used to have them. She's like, she wasn't kidding. And so now you come to the store, she's a paranormal investigator, and she goes out on all these different jobs. The only thing about them, they're so over the top. The thing about paranormal investigation, and it's a fiction book, so it's fine, I guess. I'm your weirdo friend who has friends who are paranormal investigators who've been doing it for years, and 9 times out of 10, nothing happens when they go on these investigations. So I kind of wish at least one of the ones that she went to do as a job wasn't some over the top demon trying to drag her to hell or possessing people. But so everything seems a little over the top. Now, I'm still enjoying it quite a bit, but I kind of rolled my eyes just because it's fiction. It's not supposed to be, I guess, accurate or whatever. And then say what you will about paranormal stuff, but I love spooky, weird books, and so far I'm really enjoying it. I really loved White Horse by this author. I have a standalone review for that if you haven't heard of it. I'll link that down below in the description of the video if you want to check that out. But yeah, so this one so far I'm really enjoying. I look forward to reading more of that later this evening. All right, now let's tell you what I'm going to get into in the future. But first, I don't know that I'm going to get into this one anytime soon. I got it for 50 cents off the library shelf, and I'm a sucker for a good deal. And that is The Witching Hour by Anne Rice. I always check the library shelf that sells the books for 50 cents and $1. If I see Anne Rice or Stephen King books that I do not have, I usually pick them up. So yeah, paperbacks are like 50 cents. Once upon a time, in my younger days, I had this book and I tried to read it and I was super young and I found it like a lot of her books when I was young, I found them really boring, but then reading them old when I'm older, it wasn't as boring. So I'm like, I want to try again and it's 50 cents. So yeah, no idea what happened to that copy of my book. My mom probably got rid of it. All of my horror books that I used to have, I think my mom gave them all away or threw them away, or maybe she gave them to my cousins. I don't know what happened. I kind of wish I still had them. I think I took like 3 of them when I moved out of my house a million years ago. But anyways, oh yeah, so you want to know what this is about? The Witching Hour, probably about witches. Let's tell you. Oh, hey, the only thing on the back of here is blurbs. Is there like a little thing on the leaf? Los Angeles Times says her best novel yet. No. No synopsis. What? All right. Okay. There is literally no synopsis on this. So, yeah. Witches, I'm guessing. Was this a Mayfair Witches thing? I honestly don't remember. Anyway, 50 cents. Can't go wrong. All right, next up, it's a couple books I got from the library. We have A Fine and Private Place by Peter S. Beagle. Let's tell you about it. For 19 years, Jonathan Rebeck has hidden from the world within the confines of a Bronx cemetery, making an abandoned mausoleum his secret home. He speaks with the newly dead as they pass from life to wherever spirits finally go, providing them with comfort, an understanding ear, and even the occasional game of chess. But Mr. Rebeck's reclusive life is disrupted. An impossible love has bloomed between two ghosts at Yorkchester Cemetery, helped along by a cynical talking raven and a mysterious security guard. These souls must learn the true difference between life and death and make choices that really are forever. All right. Well, that sounds quite lovely, and looking forward to that. Can you imagine living in a mausoleum in the cemetery? I mean, it'd probably be pretty peaceful, minus the occasional, like, kids drinking in the graveyard or bringing a Ouija board. Otherwise, people are, pretty chill when they go there. All right, so every once in a while, I do like a cozy, rosy nosy book. And I mean, look at that title, The Simmon Bun Bookstore. First of all, I love books about bookstores, and I love cozy books. This is by Lori Gilmore. Let's tell you about it. When a secret message turns up hidden in a book in the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, Hazel can't understand it. As more secret codes appear between the pages, she decides to follow the trail of clues. She just needs someone to help her out. Gorgeous and outgoing fisherman Noah is always up for an adventure, and a scavenger hunt sounds like a lot of fun. Even better than the cute bookseller he's been crushing on for months is the one who wants his help. Hazel didn't go looking for romance, but as the treasure hunt leads her and Noah around Dream Harbor, their undeniable chemistry might be just as hot as the fresh out of the oven cinnamon buns the bookstore sells. Sounds cute. Maybe I'll like it, maybe I'll hate it. Who knows? One way to find out, we read it. I'm kind of a sucker for books that take place at a bookstore or have stuff to do with a bookstore. If I see that it's like about a bookstore, I usually just don't care what genre it is. I'll grab it. It's just one of those things. I don't know. I also like books with cats in them too, so also a thing. So out of all of those books, honestly, I'm most excited to return to reading the book I'm in the middle of right now, which is The Haunting of Room 904 by Erica T. Worth, because I like spooky books. It's pretty weird so far. So what have you guys been reading this week? Anything spooky? Anything weird? Fantasy? Biography? Let me know. Always curious. And who knows, could end up on my TBR that never stops growing, that I will never ever complete. But that's okay. At least, like, I don't know, I gotta write them down so that I can remember that, oh, hey, I want to check out this book or do this or that. Not enough time in the day to read all the books I want to, because I have other hobbies too. I have a big garden out back. Well, it's not that big, but I just put in 2 more beds this year. Not as huge as the other beds, but they're like the round beds. So one of them I currently have radishes and lettuce growing in. The other one I haven't put anything in there yet. And then I got some other stuff on the side of the house. I'm gonna try to do the Three Sisters growing method this season, which is, I don't know if you know what that is. You plant corn, then you plant beans that climb up the corn, and then you also plant squash that climbs up that, and you plant it in like succession. And so there's different ways you can do it with like big mounds of dirt. I'm going the dirt mounds, and I'm doing 4 different mounds. So you do like the 4 mounds and you plant like 4 corn in each one. And it's an experiment. Maybe it'll fail. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's one of my other hobbies. I like to garden. I also like to play video games. I like to do a lot of stuff. I like to cook. And because of that, because I have other hobbies and a job and try to have a social life, I can't read all the books I want. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. If you enjoyed hanging out today, hit that subscribe button, come back, see me again, and we'll talk about more bookish things and weird stuff.